Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. Trying to get everything situated and sorted here. I believe we are ready to get started. How is everybody? How are you all? How are you all? Audio looks good. Computer looks good. Let's check and make sure we're okay there. We're good there. Everything is green on this side. How is everybody today, huh? What are we doing? Excuse me. I think I might be getting old. Got some gray here. Not sure I like that. Anyway. Oh, Friday. It is finally Friday. Finally. I don't know about you guys. I'm ready for the weekend. Ready for the weekend. Make sure this baby is up and running. Doesn't look like it is. Shoot. Okay, that piece is right here. And I gotta add just one thing in here, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. What are you gonna do today? What do you want to do? Huh? Kind of chatty. Feeling in a chatty mood. So, we are gonna play a game. We're gonna play farming. We're gonna go farming. So, with all of that out of the way, let's see if this is gonna work now. There we go. Let's try that. See if it works now. Just trying to get my sim dashboard up and working. So, and it claims it is not running at all. Okay. That is probably true. Wonder what happens if we do this. The whole stream probably crashes the way my luck goes. Everything still looks okay. Perfect. Let's see if that helps. All right. While we were waiting for that, we will jump back into the game. There it goes. All right, let's get you guys over to the game. Volume's up on everything. We are looking good, looking good. All right, we are out here in the potato field, and the dealer called us up and said they had something interesting for us that they wanted us to try. So here it is. The tractor and the fertilizer tanks there as well. However, they wanted us to try this 8-row Lockwood, custom moddings Lockwood. So that is what we're going to give a shot to today. We'll go over it a little bit, hit a couple of the high points. All of these up here are all our fertilizer observation points, pressure and everything there. Fertilizer pump, little tiny fertilizer tank here that we've got. Okay, I gotta get rid of that because otherwise that's gonna annoy me the whole time. Here we go. And so that's what we got there. Now, let's see. I don't think I can scroll out at all. I think we're missing a PTO shaft there. Huh. Anyways. This one works a little bit different. Hey, Sim Guy, how's it going, man? This one works a little bit different than our Sputnik in that this big fan back here, this is the big money maker right here. It uses this fan to create a vacuum, and that is what lifts the potatoes. I'm not sure if we can get up there. Let's see. It's, I suppose, not going to let me get up there, is it? Oh, there's a ladder there. It should let me climb the ladder, right? Oh, there we go. We're up on top here. So we'll see if we can take a little bit of a look. So it uses vacuum to pick up the potatoes. Back again for more madness, same guy. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. So, hopefully we won't be quite as mad today. But you can see on the end of these, each one of these here, the air, that vacuum sucks that seed piece up against that tube, and then as it comes around, that vacuum is cut off to that each arm, drops in the ground, and away we go. Whereas the Sputnik is using it, it's using that conveyor belt system to pick up the seed pieces instead of the air vacuum. So goods and bads, pros and cons to each. I will admit I'm not super familiar with that. But we got a full tub of spuds, a full tub of fertilizer, and we are going to see what sort of a disaster we can make with this baby. We're going to fire it up. We're going to drop it in the ground. And we're going to go. And 6 is a little fast. There we go. We're going to see how this thing does. Good dust off of there. Great dust off of there, actually. So, I'm going to pull that back up. I want to make sure we're doing good fertilizing here, which we are. This planter can be just a skosh deceptive, because that tub is big and wide, but we're only about 22, 23 feet in planting here. So, but that is what we got going today. Everything is looking good there. So, don't fear, everyone. You see this little skip that we're leaving here. That is something we are going to do to keep our varieties separate. Different varieties used for different things. Umatillas are kind of a chip potato. So those will go for some potato chips, French fries, things like that. Excuse me, not French fries. The clear waters that we're planting right next to it here are going to go, they're a potato chip variety. French fry variety. I'll keep them straight eventually. So then the russets are kind of an all-around middle of the road one. I was kind of hoping to do some russets with this thing up in one of the other fields, but that the dealer called and said they had it ready for demo today. So we're just going to jump on it and demo it today. See how that goes. So that's what we're going to do. We will get rid of that. And we'll see how this thing works. So far, I'm loving it. The detail in this planter is just insane. Let's jump in and we'll look back. Oh yeah. So in each one of these little canisters with a blue cap, there would be a little colored ball that just floats in the fertilizer as you're going along. So that tells you that there is flow going to those fertilizer tubes. So interesting. I don't like it when they put that monitor clear down there on the floor. It's kind of a pain. I'd much prefer it up here. Anyway, dealer was kind enough. They have this tractor set up. This is kind of, they're a new Lockwood dealer. So this is one of their first, planters that they've got out. So they just set it up on a tractor and said, you know, we could use the tractor and the planter all as one there. So let's see how turning this baby goes. Didn't quite want to back up that far, but let's see how this goes, if we can turn right into our row or if we have to skip one. And I'm thinking we're going to be better off to skip one. And we didn't do too good with that either. So we just have to make a little bit bigger corner here. Not ideal, but sort of expected the first time using this different planter here. So And okay, strap her in the ground. There we go. We're back to planting. So we are good to go there. I see a couple more of you popping into the stream. Welcome in. If you're so inclined, feel free to pop into the chat, say hello. We are going to see. Oh, yeah. Some good detail there. I like it. Very, very detailed. I am really, really hoping that these guys will come up with that custom will do some potato harvesting equipment. That would be insanely cool if they could do that. Just because of the level of detail they show is second to none for sure. Not that the Sputnik stuff isn't awesome, because it is. I love it. Hey, I moved my camera. Here you guys are. It's just that this detail is just awesome. So, all right, everything looking good there. So what we might do, what are we doing on our, not using too many spuds, so that's good. Rates are right on, fertilizer's looking good. So we are gonna go see what we can do here. We do have to pop over to the next field and check, make sure that he is. I'm still going with our rototiller. I think that's right where I want us to be. All right, let's see. We are going to skip that row. Hopefully with our planter. Perfect. All right, this is where our GPS comes in handy, because we can make those corners on the end rows a little easier and still stay on our track, keep our spacing, and make harvest a breeze. So I like. Not sure how I feel about this, how these fill planes go down. It is for me, Sim Guy. Custom Modding released this one several weeks ago, and my playthroughs weren't ready for it to be in game. And so it's on the Mod Hub. I believe it's for all platforms. Don't quote me on that one. But yeah, again, the custom guys did a great job on this one. So. A gentleman that I used to work for way back in my youth, he has this same planter saved that he has the 4-row version instead of the 8 rows. But still, same concept and everything of the air cup. His is just slightly narrower, about half as wide. So, and I have loved these fertilizer tanks since they came out in 19. They mount up high. You can still get fairly decent visibility. Still leaves enough room that if you wanted to come back later, you could still see the rows. So if you needed to stay on the rows with these, that would be something that you could do. So let me make sure that's the right button. We'll jump back out here. Got the little toolbox on that thing. So I would love to have somebody help me mod this. Let's see how we're doing there. We can go a little further. Mod a Fendt tractor, about a 930, 933, to have some skinnier tires and have this a mount for these Yield Pro tanks. I think that would be just really cool. So, alright, I think that's where I want to be with it. Yeah, I think so. We're going to go ahead and lift it up. And this one, we're going to hopefully get lined up pretty nice. Not quite. Oh, it did it to us again. It didn't engage. Dirty thing. Okay. So now I think if I take the extra time, I can go down right next to us here. That should get me my pattern that I want. Perfect. So when we go this way, we'll skip one row, come back and infill. Oh, I did that wrong again. That's what it is. When I come back the next time, I have to skip 2. That's what it is. It's a GPS pattern I used all the time when I was farming, and I can never remember how to do it and replicate it in the game, but I think I got it this time. So, Sim Guy, how are you doing, man? Are you going to be streaming soon? Are you going to be streaming tomorrow? That's a great idea. You know what? Here we go. Is Scott still streaming? Is he live? All right. So. Excellent day. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this planter, guys. It might even be a case of we get 2 of these and see if we can run them on course play or follow me, something like that. My only hesitation with using follow me, you're gonna stream Sunday afternoon UK time. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Be sure to let me know. I will drop in. So. Sorry I'm floating this camera around a little bit. I just want to make sure I get everything squared up the way I need, where I need to. So, back up just a skosh. And you can see as we turn out of the rows, try to stay behind there. Those tires turn really nice. There we go. That was a bad entrance. We have to back up, make sure we're nice and square. Since we are going into row crops, we do want to be nice and straight when we start, because otherwise our rows get goofed up, and that follows us through the whole rest of the year, and those rows get ridden over every time we go through and spray it, every time we go through and fertilize it, and then especially when we come back for harvest, we'll run over those potatoes instead of dig them up, and they'll be all beat up and bruised. If they go into the cellar bruised, they will create pockets of rot within the cellar, and obviously you don't want your crop rotting in storage. So those are all things we gotta check with. So yeah, that's kind of the story of why we got to keep everything straight. See what you got here, Sim Guy. Absolutely catch up on the last stream. I do. I gotta check your stuff out there, man. I gotta get on that. So we will put that on the schedule for watching tonight, and we will go from there. Go back, watch some back episodes. Better be watching my fill level, make sure I'm going to make it back to the other side of the field, or other end of the field. So I don't think we'll have too much problem with fertilizer. There was a lot of fertilizer left over in this field. So and our Fent is still cruising along. He's got about an hour left in that field, hour and 10. So I don't know if we can quite see him anywhere up here. He's just in this other little field right across the ditch from us here. So I believe we skip 2, and I come back in right next to it, skip, and that should put me on the pattern that I want. I know I'm not letting that pattern thing go, but that's what I want. So a couple of new things coming up. Saw that the new version of Upper Mississippi River Valley dropped. Pretty excited about that one. There's our little Fent guy. There's the neighbor. Hi, Mr. Fent. So that's going to be fun. Biggest thing for me is I was waiting for that straw for bedding. The corn stalks and the soybean bales can now be used for bedding, so that was one thing I was waiting for. So we might have to check out that map. So, and just so I don't screw this up for a third time, we are going to skip 1, skip 2, and we want to go into this third one. And we'll come up, go down, come up, go down. Oh, yep, that's where we want to be. So let's get this guy straight in there. Oh. Back up just a little bit. There we go. Sweet. I'm hoping we have enough to make it to the other end. What's the black boxes on the tractor? Those are liquid fertilizer tanks. Same guy. Yield Center 360 is the company. They mount across the front of the weight bar, and then there's also a mount there on the side. And they keep, they're down low enough that you can kind of see over them. You still got a good field of view all in here. They hold, what are we at? Not white 500 gallons. 250 in each one. So they're just a different variation of saddle tanks. And one of my friends that raises potatoes here in Montana where we live, they have this exact tractor setup. Nope, it's not a new company. It's a new mod. Well, it's not a new mod. I just don't know how well publicized it is. I came across it on Facebook. Odom Farm Edits, I believe. I'd have to track that one down because it takes me a while to find him back when I go look for updates. So, but this tractor is identical to what a very good friend of mine runs in real life. So, since the dealer just happened to set us up with this tractor, that's why I had the dealer set us up with this tractor. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that's what we got going there. But yeah, big fertilizer tanks. It's just a different variation of the saddle tanks. Doesn't increase the width of the tractor very much, and still allows a good view out of the front. So we are going to be a fair bit low, about 1,200, between 1,000 and 1,200 out. So that will get us and we will power down the fan and we'll back up a little bit. Up. And we will head over and refill with some potatoes. We're good for the fertilizer, so that's awesome. Redbirds did not win yesterday. They lost top of the ninth, I believe it was. I did not get to see the end. I got pulled away to do supper for the family, so I didn't see the end, but they did not win the opener. So, but the guy that got hurt does not look like he is going to be hurt as bad as they originally thought. Oh. And we plowed right into the Sputnik with our demo. That's not good. So we are just going to jump in this guy and pull him ahead. And make sure we stay on the same track. There we go. Just pull him ahead a little bit, get him out of the way. Because we're just going to run back and forth along our headland here. So thanks for checking in, Sim Guy. I appreciate that. So, but that's why we play all 162 games. What's what there, Sim Guy? Let's get lined up under here. I think we should be okay there. Alright, let's go. And I have to make sure, because I think that's going to be a problem for us. Because this planter is not scripted to take seed potatoes. Well, forgive me for doing it this way, but we're just going to F12 it. So, okay. So we will stop. That is our Sputnik potato planter. There's Sim Guy. You might have missed the last couple of lives that we did with that potato planter there, so we will stop and give a gander to it. So this is the big 12 row. And these are just the Dimco Sidequist saddle tanks that you can put on this black Challenger here. So the side tanks there hold 500 gallons each, so we're at 1,000. And then this is the big 12 row planter. So how this one works. So obviously all of our potatoes go in here, and then you've got 3 row units out here that are fed out of the hopper through this conveyor into this little holding box. And this holding box here feeds these 3 hoppers here. On the real ones, there's a little eye that sits right above here. And then the same on this side. And it's got a conveyor belt that spins, and that picks the potatoes up out of the hopper, travel over the top, and they fall in the furrow that's created, and they get covered up there. And we've got 6 in the middle here, and then 3 on each side of that, giving us a total of 12 rows at a time. So that is our Sputnik potato planter. That came in that same Sputnik pack as the harvesting equipment. So that's the history on that one. Alrighty. Good to go, clear as mud. Fabulous. So looks like we're gonna not quite come out square there, but that's okay. So spool up the fan. I'll back up here just a little bit. Right to there. And away we go. How's that sim guy being back in high school? Oh, glad I'm here to reminisce and bring you back to high school, buddy. So, but yeah, most of these, all of these that are on this playthrough, this series, this whatever you want to call it, are real life, and I use them as close to real life as I can, with the exception of, obviously I don't F12 and fill my planters in real life, but but yeah, as close as I can to real life. The realism for me is pretty big, but at the same time we are a game, so we want to be realistic, but also remember that at the end of the day it is a game, and we do have certain allowances that we can use when playing the game. So. Our little Fent guy up there is just cruising along. So. Okay, so I want to back up just a little bit. And we'll turn out of these rows. Now, here's the catch. I gotta skip. Gotta skip and go in this row. Let's try to get this lined up. Then, now my pattern should be established, and I can skip. There we go. I can skip 2 passes each time to go into the third one. And that'll make it so that I don't have to turn as short on each end, and should make it a little bit easier to turn. At least that is the hope. We'll see how it goes. And let's see, if I hire an AI worker, they're going to want to plant all the way up to the edge of the field, and I don't want that. I want to keep those edges open so we have a place to turn when we come back to harvest. Because otherwise, if we plant all the way up to the end, there's nowhere to drive to get, so no matter where we drive, we'd have to drive somewhere and run over the crop when we plant or harvest. So we want to make sure we get leave some space on the end so that we've got a place to drive. And I suppose once we're in the row, we could hire one. We could jump out and do a few things. We just have to make sure we get back here by the end of the row. So we can do a few things while we're waiting. Check on some crops. So we got our potatoes going here. So I had that all. So we got our nice little skip there so we know what's going on. So that's good there. We've got our potatoes there. Now one thing I wanted to check is what our... Don't have much for weeds. So that's good. That's good, good, good. Because ideally we wouldn't want to drive on this grass here that's a buffer of the road, because technically that is owned by county. So to do this absolutely right, stop there, pick it up, we back up, and then we turn and we try to keep our wheels in our own field as much as we can. And then get lined up here. And there we go. See? That works. So, but now we come out of here, we'll actually skip 4 on that other end. This still isn't quite my pattern. Well, you pick up a thing or two when you work potatoes for as long as I have. So, like I said, I grew up. My mom worked for him on the sorting line, and then I worked for one gentleman. Just helped him in the fall with harvest for. Oh shoot, what was it? I started the fall of 2004. I did almost 15 years for him. I took 2 years off, 1 year off, and went to work for the guys that I worked for full time, helped them with harvest for 4 seasons, and then took another year off, and now I've been helping another friend of mine for the last 2 years. He's a much smaller operation, and if everything goes right with minimal breakdowns and no weather, we can start on a Monday morning and be done by middle of the day on Saturdays. We dig for a week and then we're done. So obviously weather throws a monkey wrench into that plan as always, but for the most part I can kind of block off a week's worth of the schedule and then away we go. So So that's kind of where we're at with that. When we come back down, we will check some growth states and see where things are. Again, looks like a couple more of you are popping into the stream there, so welcome in. We appreciate you joining us. The map we are on is Stone Valley, and we are farming potatoes on Stone Valley. So, we want to stop, pick up, back up. And we're getting to be a little bit on the edge of where we want to be. So here we're going to start kind of calming that down just a little bit. So the neat thing about if we could run 2 planters, so we could just alternate passes all the way down the field. That would get a little bit challenging with horseplay, but I'm pretty sure we could figure out a good way to do that. So let's pop our HUD up here. We've still got about half of our potatoes left, so we're good to go there. And we're just kind of sitting back, relaxing, doing some farming. So thinking we might need to make a return up to Morris, Manitoba. Getting to be about springtime, summertime up there. So get some big equipment out there and do some big seeding days up there. So that might be something we think about for the next couple of streams too. So. So that is all we've got going on in this world here, is just planting taters. So I'm trying to think what else we had. What other fun, good-looking mods have dropped lately? Oh, the big one that dropped, the Demco headers, header trailers. Played around with those just briefly this afternoon, and those are really nice. So don't get me wrong, I love the honeybee headers and I love the little honeybee trailer, but that Demco trailer is just perfect for those headers. It works great. So if you haven't had a chance, jump in, check those out. They are going to be a great addition to our farm and our streaming here. So I think I want to check 40%. We can easy go down and back yet. So let's back up. Squeeze by that one. Go. Did our GPS? I don't think it did. Eesh. That's gonna leave us a little ouchy there, but we'll be okay. So, yeah, really liking this planter. They can't say enough about how good Custom did on their planter. So, we're gonna do a little. Let's see here. What do I want? This button here. Actually, we're gonna do a little. Let's see what's my outside. There we go. Mr. McKenzo, the bear, welcome in, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. Welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well, having a good day. So, hey, farmer. It is going very well. How are you doing, sir? We're just here planting some potatoes. Dealer was kind enough to let us demo this Lockwood, so we're trying it out. It was definitely making this 340 horse John Deere grunt, smoking just a little bit pulling it. Other than that, we're doing well. Loving this planter. We might have to visit with the dealer a little closer about a price point on this one. So, but we'll have to see how the crop does this year. So, like I was saying a little earlier, this tractor and this fertilizer tank setup are a identical copy to what a friend of mine runs in real life. The planter is an 8-row. They run only a 6-row. So real close to what they run, but so let's let GPS drive us right in. That'll work. And we want to back up just a little bit. Okay, drop her down, activate the GPS, make sure we're going forward. We start another row at 26%. We're going to have to fill on the other end. So the only thing we won't really be able to do is fill this out of our semi, like we planned to, you might say. The semi over on the edge of the field still has seed potatoes in it, and this planter is not able to accept the seed potatoes. So we have to use F12 to fill us. So other than that, we're rolling along great. We're covering acres fast, which I like. It's just slightly more detailed than the Sputnik. Oh, I shouldn't say slightly. It's a lot more detailed than the Sputnik. But they both work great. I love them both. I'm just starting to lean towards this Lockwood just a little bit more. That pick air cup technology is just a little bit more accurate, I think, than our cup planter. So, but until the crop comes up, we won't know, will we? So, but yeah, it's, and even inside when you spin around, you look at the back. It's got some good stuff. We got some fertilizer monitors here, fertilizer tank here, pump to the distributor, and then this is monitoring those rows there. And I'm counting. I'm wondering if we're putting fertilizer in on each side of the furrow, because we've got about twice as many as we need here. So, but we didn't look too close at that portion of it. But great planter. We got our toolbox there for breakdowns. Not that Lockwoods ever break down. That must be for this John Deere. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Whoops. So, that's another good shot. Alright, let's stop here. And I believe 10% left. We better go back. Turn that guy off. So we're going to back up here just a little bit. See if we can avoid hitting the power poles. Excuse me. See if we can get lined up under here. And like I said, unfortunately these seed potatoes are not scripted for this Lockwood, so we are just backing under here using our good friend F12, and back to work we go. So I think we're going to be okay for fertilizer for a while. Yep, fertilizer situation is very good, so we're good to go there. Definitely don't need to go quite this slow. Get that air spun up. There we go. come back up here. Get this lined up just a little bit better. Oop, pole. There we go. And perfect. Very nice. All right. What can we get? 4 or 6 back and forth before we have to go fill again? So, not sure, not sure. All right. Now, the only thing I haven't figured out is what exactly these row wash tanks are for. I'm not sure when we're washing our rows. That's some technology that I'm not familiar with. So I'll have to dig in a little bit and figure out what those are and report back next time. So, but all right. So that's pretty much what we got going on for us in this stream today. When we get to the end here, we might take a break, pop over and see our how our Fent is doing rotivating the next field. We leave them open, farmer. I was talking about that with Sim Guy here a little bit ago. Hey, Thundery. No worries, man. No worries. Glad you're here now. So appreciate your volunteer work and thanks for stopping in the stream. Farmer, we leave those ends open. So it allows us to travel on the ends of the fields when we're harvesting. And that way we don't run over any crop when we do that. You generally want to leave about a 20 to 25 foot headland that gives you enough to get turned around and everything. In game, not so much, but in real life, there's quite often fences that are right along that edge. So you have to leave a little bit for room to get turned around. You could plant all the way to the end, but you would end up just running over those and wasting them. You wouldn't get them harvested anyway. So rather than waste the inputs and everything, we just stop about there. And some of these I've gotten away from me here a little bit, so I've planted a little further than I want to. We'll just come along with a tillage tool of some type and work them up a little bit. It won't be a thing. So that's also part of why we have the steering on the planter, is that it will actually steer out of the rows without running any rows over. At least it does when I'm paying attention to where my driving is. So that's a couple of the big key reasons we leave those ends open. So. This should drive us right into the next row. That's also why we're skipping a row. It's a little easier to get lined up that way. So. And we're going to want to go ahead just a little bit. Here we go. Yep, absolutely. Very much like corn. The difference is your corn is above the ground, so you can take it off with your corn header on your combine. There's no way to get that with the potato equipment because it doesn't hold any while you dig. It's all got to be put onto the truck while you're digging. So there's no way to open up those ends or open up those fields like you would with a corn header on a combine. So but same idea exactly with the row crops. The difference is it's a little easier to harvest those end rows with the combine than it is with the potato equipment. So I suppose if you had a self-propelled combine that had a small tank on it or something, you could do it a little easier. But there are no self-propelled potato harvesters in Montana that I know of. There aren't even that many down in Idaho, if any. I know they're a little bit more popular out in Wisconsin, and Maine actually has a big potato. What's the word I'm looking for? A lot of potato acres out there, so that's the reason for leaving the end zone. So, welcome in, guys. How is everybody doing? Anybody got any? McKenzo. Let's, you know what? We're going to check, McKenzo. We are going to check. Oh, let's see on our potato planter. "100% dirty," it says. 100% dirty. Doesn't look very dirty, does it? I know. But right now, I'm not going to spend the coin to clean it up. We can roll with it a little bit dirty. So, our tanks are getting dirty, our tractor's getting dirty. Shows we're working. Shows we're getting stuff done here. So, but I suppose I could just turn off the dirt and then everything would be clean all the time. But where's the fun in that, huh? Where's the fun in that? Oh, interesting. They got that little tooth on that, just in front of that opener, wiggles back and forth. Realistically, that's pretty cool. And as usual, I go way too far. Okay, so those are going to get worked under just a little bit. Okay. Oh, see, that's where it's getting me. I gotta have those back tires almost even with the next row. It's putting that ground effect texture in a lot sooner than what the other one does. Okay, well, that's good. So that's good. Oh, how is everybody today? Farmer, McKenzo, you guys up to anything fun today? I know Thundery's been doing some volunteering, so anything fun, new, and exciting happening with you guys at all? Oh, yeah, that can be a pain for sure, McKenzo. Hopefully the drama isn't too bad. That is very much true, sir. Very much true. Farmer, you guys are calving out. Do you have a lot to go yet? So I've had my fill of drama in the last couple of years, McKenzo. So I feel you. I feel you there, sir, for sure. Nope. I'm told that there is a dance tomorrow, and there's a young man and my oldest daughter going to said dance. So that will be I'm not even sure how I feel about it. So my little girl is much too young to be going out with boys. So fortunately, he's a super nice kid, but not sure how old Dad feels about that. So we'll have to see. You guys will have to tune into the stream Sunday morning to find out how things went. So, but you got about 60 left. Farmer, that's nice. That's not too many, hopefully. So, but yeah, we'll see how this whole dancing thing's going. Trying to put down some anhydrous, but the snow and the rain getting in the way. Yeah, makes you feel any better. There was a whole pile of guys up in Montana, North Dakota that were seeding this time last year. And now talking to some guys up north, Dirt Farmer being one of them, they're not even close to getting the drills out. Most of the drills are still buried in the snow. So I had to chuckle. One of the equipment dealers up in Dirt's area there up north, they were running a contest on Facebook this week, asking guys to send in their best buried drill pictures, and the best one was going to win a coat of some sort. So there was all sorts of guys sending pictures in of their drills being buried in snow drifts yet. So planting is a long way off here. So hey, BC Paladin, welcome in, sir. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you stopping in, hanging out with us for a bit. So we got Sim guys here, Thundery's sneaking about somewhere, and McKenzo and Farmer here as well. So welcome in. We're glad you're here. So hopefully your work week went well and you're either on the weekend or almost to the weekend. So we've just got Custom Modding's Lockwood planter out here. We're giving it a spin in the field. So the dealer was kind enough, Stone Valley Equipment was kind enough to bring us this planter and tractor and tank combo, kind of as a one-shot deal. So that seemed a little bit easier than having to switch everything over, monitors and all that stuff. So, but we'll have to pop in here. Whoops. Got about halfway, so I think we can do one more pass. So that does put us at 6. So I want to do in-game. I did not realize how steep this hill was. That is just craziness. So typically we wouldn't want potatoes on hills that steep, because it does kind of, in real life, it would definitely create some hazards for the trucks. Trying to get them started on those steep hills can be, there you go, McKenzo, Tater Mountain. Those can be kind of difficult to get those trucks going. So obviously we don't have that problem too much in the game. We don't have to worry about trucks getting stuck or anything like that. But, so I said, just pays to make sure you know what land you're getting yourself into. Don't just take the farmer's word for it around the coffee table at the local watering hole. So. Yes, farmer. I believe that is prom is what the big dance is here too. So, but so. Oh, I did not want that crooked. Kind of want that a little straighter. There we go. We're going to try that there. That's a little better. So, but in typical custom fashion, these guys have it dialed in nice and pretty right there. So, that. So, it'll be kind of fun to dig the potatoes on this field, though. See if we can keep the boom out of the trucks and whatnot. So that'll give us an extra challenge there as we climb Tater Mountain. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, hey, farmer, you got to impress the ladies somehow, so taking the old 69 Camaro, huh? So let's see, what does this kid drive that my daughter's going with? He's I think he's in an Audi. So we'll see how it goes. Apparently there's a hair appointment that has to be gone to, and makeup has to be done, and all this fancy stuff. It's like, well, you guys just let me know when all that's finished up. I'll be streaming. So I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow or not. I'd sure like to, but we'll have to see. So I probably should go and take some pictures, but that's what Mrs. BigSky says, is that I should go along and enjoy the moment and take the pictures. So we'll see how that goes. So pretty well done 8R here. This is the older style. Looks like we've got a bunch of snow on the rear view mirror there. So alright, we're going to lift it up, shift backwards, go backwards right there, shift forwards. Hey, we're getting this thing down here. We're getting it down. There you go. Thanks for the reminder, Stream Elements. We do appreciate that. Do a little bit different angle here for a while. Hey, Dirt Farmer, welcome in, sir. Potatoes are going in the ground. We've got the new Lockwood planter out here. We're demoing that today. That's going fairly well. Best part about this process, there's not a flake of snow to be seen. Thank you, McKenzo. Appreciate that. So, thoroughly loving this this planter. It's a nice one. So, but yeah, works just a little bit different. See if I can get in there close enough. So if we look at this one on the back here, got this big fan that actually creates a vacuum. And how it works is, let's see if we can stop and see them a little clearer. We got these little curved stainless steel tubes here. Big yellow line, here's our vacuum line. Let's jump out and take a look. That'll be easier. And so there's a pile of potatoes kind of sitting back here. And as they come up, they fall into the cup here. And the cup, the vacuum holds them in place and then drops them into the open furrow here. Working just a little bit differently than our Sputnik planter, which is a belted planter or a cup planter. This is an air cup, so it uses vacuum to suck that seed piece on the end of there, carries it around the top of the carousel, drops it in the ground, and then it gets covered up. So that's kind of the big differences between the two. So sure everything's going there. Perfect. So typically when guys are running these in the field, you'll see a big plume of dust coming out of here with that fan to create that vacuum in there. But kind of interesting technology, and you're thinking, how does that work? How is that accurate? I don't know either, but it is. Guys that have these style, they just rave about them. So. I wanted to try. There we go. And now you guys can see we're going to have to go fill again at the end of this. We might be able to finish this little piece here. We'll come super close to it anyway. So, but the only thing is I forgot to, absolutely farmer, anytime. You guys are the lucky, or as Mrs. Big Sky would say, unlucky group that got me talking about potatoes and farming and equipment, and I do genuinely like to share what I know. So, but the only thing is, before we started here, I did not script this mod to accept seed potatoes as a fill type, so we have to do a little bit of creative filling, shall we call it. And by that I mean we have to use F12 to fill. So, but we still go through the motions of driving over here to the edge of the field, and we just drove over a whole bunch of potatoes, so that was nice. But we'll drive over here, we'll back under the conveyor, we'll fill, and then we'll be going again. I don't think, and we got lots of liquid fertilizer left, so we're doing okay there. Oop. Caught the telephone pole there, or the power pole there, so looks like we may have just bought this demo. That could prove to be an expensive mistake. So, and we can get under there a little bit better. Come on, guys. There we go. So, but we'll get some more taters in there. Beautiful. So what is that, our fourth fill, guys? I think that's our fourth fill. I'm going to kind of roughly keep track so I know about how much we used, so I can make the necessary adjustments to the budget. So let's fire up our fan here a little bit earlier. Get that baby spinning. We'll see if we can get lined up here. Alright. That's what we like. we go. A little dust comes flying out of that thing right away. I like it. That's pretty cool. Did not notice that before. So yeah, this is what we're doing, and I'll bet we get real close to finishing up here. As we get close to the end, we're going to kind of have to pay attention to what we got going here. Goodness, I hate to keep talking about it, but I did not realize this hill was that steep. Wow. So I think McKenza was right. We got a little Tater Mountain right there. So how come we got that big spot that didn't get planted right there? Or is that where we stopped? That might have been where we stopped. I don't know. So how's everybody doing? What's everybody got? Any big plans for the weekend? So Dirt or Farmer, you guys got anything? Oh, Farmer was Calvin, that's right. So how about you, Mr. Dirt Farmer? You got any fun things going on for the weekend? I saw there, what was that on the short or the TikTok there? It looked like you were starting to dig the drill out. So you thinking about putting some seed in the ground this week? Kenzo says he's got a boring weekend. Oh, that's no good, man. Sim guy's working. Oh, Sim guy's got the weekend shift. You know, if you enjoy it and you think it's fun, Dirt, I would count it as fun. So you've got the new monitor. That's right, McKenzo. I remember seeing that. That looks pretty cool. So pretty cool there. So I was just actually, I saw another setup on Facebook, and I was just telling Mrs. BigSky that needs to be a big, nice 49-inch curved monitor. That's got to be my new investment for the channel. So there was an eye roll and some muttering under the breath, and that was pretty much where BigSky's nice curved monitor died. So we'll have to figure out how we can get one. We'll have to scheme, see what we can do. Maybe if we got a good enough tater harvest here, we can get a fancy curved monitor like that. So do you do you spin on all that fertilizer, Dirt, or do you put any on through the drill then? Really? To see if I know anybody in Texas that would come get it for me. I'll have to think about that one. Alright, let's get that. There we go. We're kind of cheating on this end because we own both fields here, so we don't have to be as tight on our ends here, but let's see if we can get this lined up a little bit better. Forward, drop, lock, and go. There we go, there we go. All right, did any of you guys catch Chad's stream yesterday? Kind of about what YouTube is and kind of how it works. I thought that was really interesting and really cool. I learned a little bit. See if we can get some of those things implemented that he suggested and talked about. You're right, McKenzo. Oh, okay. you either spin it or liquid out, and then the FOS with the air group. Cool, cool, cool. So, have you seen those big Borcos that are doing the they call them the Trimax? They're putting down basically they're banding the nitrogen in between the seed rows, and they're putting FOS down with the seed. Absolutely, Dirt. Absolutely. That is fun, for sure. Yeah, exactly, Mackenzie. You need the old cinch rope to tie you in the seat and then ride it like a bucking bronco. There you go. So I've been in some of those situations there, getting a little going a little fast across the field. So Dirt's got a lot of cushion in the seat. I like that. Okay, stop. There you go. All right. Okay. And there we go. Perfect. Another successful corner. We're just about at the steepest part of that hill there over on our other passes. So that'll get a little interesting. You can definitely see the old RPMs go up when we got to pull up that hill. So that's kind of cool too. So in real life, just thinking about this on our hills, you would have another John Deere. Well, if you're using a John Deere tractor, you would have the John Deere antenna right here, and they're talking to each other. And this planter would adjust the steering through the position of the tractor and the position of the seeder planter, and keep it on a straight line up and down those side hills and those curves. And it is pretty crazy to watch that thing work, because you can be sitting on a side hill and have those wheels just turned up, and that planter and those rows are just nice and straight all the way down to the end. It's pretty cool to see it in real life for sure. So all right. Oh, how long ago was it? We were going to jump out and check on our Fent over here. We better do that on this pass. So I think, yep, he's either done or he is stuck somewhere. So let's see once if we can see where he is. There he is, I bet. So he has packed up. He's done. Awesome, awesome. McKenzo is ready to inspect our Fent here, and he is going to be pleasantly surprised or upset because this is a dirty girl. Look at there. So dirty, dirty, and this thing's getting, well, it's not too dirty, but it's getting beat up. We're definitely gonna have to do some wrenching on that baby, get it into shape. So good thing we only have one field left. So yep, yeah, we're 100% on that baby. So, but we are going to let's see here. We want to fold this guy down. Yeah, she does need a good wash, huh? This old girl can get dirty? Yeah. We're gonna go ahead. It'll be kind of a pain because I don't have an unload course set up really. But we are gonna get this guy going on some stone picking over here. So McKenzo said approved. I like it, guys. Thanks. So, all right, let's get. I think we're just gonna set up another course play course over here. And oh, these guys still got 700 pounds of rocks in them from the last field. So we'll kind of get this guy rolling and see how. How life works out here. Wonder what we're at for a stone. Ooh, we're red on that field. We're going to be picking a lot of stone off of that one. So, all right, course. Yeah, let's do 2. Let's start on that 30-foot course. That'll work. All right, first we're going to go. Now I believe this thing will tell me when it's full, so we can pop over and unload it, or we can just keep going. There we are. Get that out of there. We're going from here. There we go. How did we get going so fast? 5 will work. Alright. I like it, I like it. Oh, I wonder if we should have spread a little bit of fertilizer on that. Let that rock picker work it in a little. So, oh well. Oh well. That'll give us as an excuse to come back and do some fertilizing with the old irrigator. So we've still got our eye open on the sales side of things, looking for a good used irrigator. Just haven't seen one come up. That is kind of a, what do they call it, an oxymoron. A good used irrigator, because usually the co-ops, they take care of them, but they run them pretty hard, put a lot of acres on them, and they're kind of wore out once they trade them off. So we still got our eyes open on the local co-op. We're visiting with them and Got some feelers out there on the used iron magazines, so we'll see what we come up with. But it's pretty low on the list of purchases. We, like I said, we're thinking about it, but we've got a lot of debt to pay down too here. So getting into this potato game is not the most inexpensive way to start things. So, but we've got lots of fun equipment to play with, lots of fun stuff to do. So turning into one of my favorite crops to grow in the game. So what are we at here? 40, so we can make still one more pass. One more. Okay, forward. And drop it in right. We were a little late on that one. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. Oh, but I don't think it will. We'll be able to check here. Almost full. And he is able to make one turn, or one pass, I should say. Ooh, better slow down going down the hill here a little bit. So our see any, didn't hear any dings, didn't hear anything. So why is our money dropping like that? Oh, because we got that old horseplay worker over there working. So we get to the end of the row. I don't know. We better go take care of that now because he's kind of costing us some money. So let's see. We want this one. I did not put it in the right spot. Shoot. Okay. Well, we are just going to put a little rock pile right over here for right now. And we'll use a loader and throw them in the well, we'll put them in the trailer a little later. So if you guys would bear with me for just a moment, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Thanks a bunch, McKenzo. Appreciate you joining in. And let's see, you're going. You can go do some co-op. Perfect. Thank you so much. And who knows, might pop in there a little later and see how you're doing over there. So thank you for stopping. Thanks for the support. Oh, you're not streaming. Oh, okay. All right, I'm thinking that'd be a great place for him to start. Excellent. And we can jump back over here and finish this run here. Ah, okay. Very good. Very good. So enjoy the co-op. Enjoy the weekend. If I don't see you, we will catch you on the next stream. Okay. We got this one here. I'm going to use a bunch of fertilizer on this piece. So curious to know how much more we would have used if we hadn't worked under all that wheat ground here. All right. Let's go. This will get us lined up a little better. It's so hard to trust that GPS when you're pulling into the row. I've had to build up that same trust with GPS in real life, so. But it's usually not wrong, and usually when it is wrong, it's operator error for sure. So, but okay, so I see another little spot up there at the base of the hill that did not get planted. This field's got some little goofy anomalies in it. So we might have to take a little shot of that. There we go. All right. So, not sure how I feel about this John Deere, though. That's the only part of the setup I'm not liking. But it's the only tractor I can use those tanks on, so. At least I haven't tried them anywhere else. Probably should try a couple of them to see what happens. So. Ooh, hope we make the end. Oh yeah, we should. Oh yeah. This thing's pretty spot on. I bet you we got about 1,100 pounds left when we get to the end. So, in that regard, the accuracy is really nice. Really nice. All right, folks, we're coming to the end of the row. It is time to place your bets on if BigSky smacks the power pole or not. Place your bets, everyone. Place your bets. So we missed it there. Don't worry, we still got one or two more times to turn out of this row here. And knowing me, I am going to hit it. Okay, we missed it with the tractor and missed it with the planter. We're winning. Whoop. Just about got that one because we were celebrating. See? This is why you don't text. No, stream and chat, right? No, text and drive. I don't know. I'm sure I'm supposed to not do something or do something. Who knows? Who knows? Turn the fan off on this baby. So. Perfect there. But F12 doesn't matter. That's the fifth fill. So that's about 40,000 leeches. All right. Well, we've got to save again. Beautiful. Oh, and I bet our Fint is full. Let's go see where he's at. Perfect. Get him unloaded for pro. Like, where's my courseplay HUD? Okay, so let's get these guys unloaded here. If I can remember what button it is, there it is. Okay. Let's get the ball rolling on this guy. And we are going to be able to get him rolling. And we can go. Yeah, see, we don't have very much left. Don't have very much left. Fire up our fan. And away we go. I suppose we can do that and that. Sweet. Alrighty. This will definitely be an interesting field to spray, for one thing. Keep the booms out of the field, or out of the dirt. That's going to be a tough one. Also, harvest could be a challenge with the boom and the truck. So we'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, not sure about those large spots that just didn't get planted, it looks like. So, but that's okay. There's probably a few rocks there, so our expert operator left the planter up and planted. So. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say our precision farming scores aren't going to be too good on these for as much tillage as we do, but should check. pH is okay. I wonder what we got going on with this here. Nitrogen is good. So perfect. Our nitrogen is over here is good as well. This is our little test plot. We're gonna put on half a rate now and half a rate later, see if that gets any better. So yields were terrible in those two fields, those three fields. Hopefully it's not so bad here. So, and there's our seed rates, standard. Cool. Now we know all of that as well. And are we full? Nope. Stone picker's doing good. Not full yet. Okay. So this end is definitely going to get some cultivation in, get those ends of those rows cleaned up just a little bit. So. There we go. We'll have to play around a little bit with course play when we get two planters going and see if we can, of course, play drive one and we drive one, how that's going to end up working. So I think what we might have to do is set it up with a headland, but then not do the headland part, maybe. So we'll have to see. Oh, looks like his old Mr. Bonehead, he is going live too. So looks like he's just getting rolling. So and looks like 4B is getting the ball rolling on his stream. So if you guys have a chance, jump over there, check out both of those guys. They're pretty good stream. Bonehead is nice and chill. 4B is just a good time all the way around. Why? No, for a second there I thought we forgot to put the planter in the ground and we're just driving across the field doing nothing. Dust will get you every time. Go check out those two guys. They're, like I said, they're a good time for sure. We're going to see if we can get this field finished up here before we quit for the night. So, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. Might get just delayed just a little. since we're trying to do both this field and the stone picker as well. Like I said, I should have set up some sort of unload path for that stone picker, but didn't really think of that until after the stream had started, and by then it was too late to set one up. So I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. We got a mess going because I was not paying attention here. Goodness, BigSky, quit yakking so much. Pay attention to what you're doing. Nope, I'm not finishing there. Sim guy. We've got a little bit left here. I can figure out my buttons. We're just going to try to finish this. I'm going to try to finish this field up here a little bit. Now that I've made a general mess of it. Holy cow. Alright, let's see if we can get this going here. And we can. Alright, awesome. No, Sim Guy, we're going to try to finish this field up. We don't have too much left. And if my GPS comes out right, like I hope it does, I will have a little space between this and the other, so we can do kind of a side-by-side comparison as far as yield and emergence and stuff like that with this Lockwood compared to the Sputnik. So that's going to be kind of our plan. No worries, farmer. I've had to do that myself a time or two on stream, so not a problem. We're glad you're back. So yeah, I'm betting this takes us probably about 30 minutes to finish up, maybe a skosh less. So what do we got? Oh, that's one thing I wanted to check. How are we doing? And we barely used any fuel in this thing, so I might just leave this up. Leave this up here a little bit. Oh goodness, we're speeding up again. Must be when I push to activate that, I keep clicking it ahead a little bit. I'll have to watch that a little closer. So, but there we go. So where's our stone picker's full on that end again? Perfect. So we're gonna wait with him for a little bit. See if we can get this baby taken care of tonight. Then we might do a little bit of this planting of these last two fields off camera, because I kind of want to keep this series moving along. Get into harvest, potato harvest. It's one of my favorite times of the year. So that's what we got to do. And we got some good fun plans for the harvest and for storage. I think I got something that's going to work out. So, okay, we're going to back up, lift that up, turn the GPS off. There we go. We'll go forward, turn. There we go. Let's see how good we do here. Hey. Maybe I should let the computer drive more often. He did better than I did. Poof. So. Hey, BC. Welcome back, man. Glad you're here. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully your weekend is off to a great start, and hopefully you had a good week. We're still planting potatoes. Alright. So how's BC doing tonight? We are just paying that old Fent to sit there, aren't we? Let's go at least shut him off. So he's not burning a whole bunch of diesel fuel just parked there. And I think I have to check, but I think, yeah, see, if we could put some fertilizer tanks on that Fent, on our 280 Fent, we could easily pull that baby. This thing only takes 180 horse. And we get caught in the autosave simulator. Engaged. $10,000 in vehicle leasing costs. What the Arkanugan is that all about? I don't have any idea what that's all about. So we'll have to count, if you guys will help me remember, when we go back for seed the next time down, we'll count how many rows we got left. And in Besson, we're going to be 1, 2. Bet we have 8 or 10 between here and the tractor. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what this looks like when we get down to the end. I don't want to get caught with a run out of spuds and have field left. That's awkward. It's happened before, don't worry. Okay, lift, reverse, turn it off, stop, forward. I will take that one. That worked really well. Pardon me. That one snuck up on me. I do apologize for that. Cool. How did we just lose $6,000? We were at 8 a little bit ago. What on earth? Huh. We're just about broke again. Might have to find a contract to go do or something. I think I'm about out of seed. I don't have anything else to sell unless I start selling some equipment, which we might have to do. think we'll be able to fill it, or finish this field. I think it's going to take 2 more fills at least. At least. Pretty sure. Now I'm kind of starting to worry about the money. I suppose I could sell some seed. And a few potatoes, but that's not very much. Huh. We will have to see if we can figure out a way to increase the revenue a little bit here. Whoa. Wonder if I can do some custom potato planting somewhere on the map. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, let's get backed in here. Yep. That one didn't go as well as I'd hoped. That's okay though. There we go. So I'm guessing, so we got 2 there, 3. We'll be close. We'll be close. All right. Do-do. What else? So I might have to look this up now while we're waiting here a minute. I want to find out what this row wash is. So wood, potato. See what the internet says. Let's see. Plantus, air cup, steerable, There we go. That's what I want to read about. Alright. That's not going to tell me. Curious now. Alright, so... Alright. You guys ready to count? I have to do it. Okay, so we got 2. So that's 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And we hit the other planter again. So 8 rows means we will have to fill again. Not the end of the world, but it should still put us finishing up about when we want to. What did I do there? My game is all of a sudden gone. That was really weird. Okay. I don't think anything is wrong, Sim Guy, other than I couldn't find... I was going to try to figure out what this row wash system was. But I'll have to do a little bit better digging later on when I'm not streaming with you folks. So... But this fill of the planter will be our last full fill. And we're going to watch a little bit closer, see how much 2 rows takes. Then we'll know about how much to put in for the final. Because this is probably the only little bit of planting we'll do. The dealer, they've got it committed to the neighbor down the road here for tomorrow. So, and because it is potatoes and they are seed and everything else, they do have to be disinfected between uses and everything. So it'll give them the afternoon to get everything cleaned out, get our stuff out of there, get the next guy's stuff in, and be ready to go for him in the morning. So that is kind of where we're at with that. So we will plant out this bin full and see how much we've got left. So thanks again for hanging in there with us. We're going to continue on, finish this field up, then we'll be done streaming for the evening. So like I said before, there are a couple of guys going over there that you can check out. I know Bonehead was getting rolling, and who's the other one there? 4B is rolling as well. So definitely 2 guys with some good streams there. So I think that's all I'm seeing. So I don't know where. There's just money gone again out of the account. Oh, is that because of the wage payment? I'm not sure about, but I think some of that was the lease costs for this thing. So that'll get you. So that. It's all right. The might go in after planting season and lowball the dealer on the buying this baby and see what he says. So, what's the worst they're gonna say? No, and they're probably gonna say no. Plus that the giving it back a little early will give the dealer some time to get those repairs made from where we banged into the power poles with it. All right. Oh, we don't want to do that. This thing never actually steers the way I want it to on this end. There we go. There we go, there we go. Alright, let's get nice and lined up. I do not go edge to edge there, Keegan Gherkin. We leave a little bit on both ends. Oh, this is a terrible start. Oh my goodness, that was awful. We leave a little bit on both ends to... Shh, farmer, we don't want to talk about that. Keegan, we are leaving those ends open a little bit for the harvest and for spraying, and gives us a little bit of wiggle room so we don't need to be so close to the edges. We like about a 22, 25 foot headland there. Some guys will go out 30 feet. We like a little bit tighter one, because otherwise there's no way to harvest it if we plant end to end, because we'd always be having to line up equipment on the end of the road or on the road and everything else. So, and welcome in, by the way, Keegan. Have not seen you in here before, so welcome in. Glad you're here. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. If you are, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're really inclined, and you can follow along with this series. You can definitely go back and check out some of the other stuff, what we've done with potatoes, some of our harvests. So we're all amateur YouTubers here, bud. So welcome in. Okay, so that's what's big. So we want to see well, start hanging out in some streams, start kind of getting your name out there, let people know who you are. Always be polite and respectful. Let some of the other moderators and whatnot, if they're so inclined, and if the streamer is so inclined, they'll share your link in the chat, and that'll kind of get you going. And then kind of as you find them, you can start to be in some different discords, and you just kind of get your name out there to some different folks, and it kind of just grows from there. So if anybody else has any input for Mr. Keegan, we can go ahead and do that too. So we're at 31% to do 2 passes. So probably going to put, oh, that's another bad start. We're going to straighten that one out. Okay. Oop, we do not want to go backwards now. We'll tear up everything on this planter. Yeah. We'll probably get a good price for this thing, farmer. It's got quite a bit of damage, doesn't it? But what can you say? I'm the worst driver in Farm Sim. So, you know, what do you expect? Perfection? Go somewhere else. Sometime when I have a few minutes, I'm going to figure out how to set up one of those crash counter things, and we'll call them BigSky blunders. Every time I run into something, we'll see if we can hit triple digits the first stream. So down the hill we go. Yep. Exactly, Sim Guy. Exactly. So. And Keegan, if you would like, there is a channel out there, CBW Farms. I think that's what it is. And go ahead and check him out. He just did a live stream yesterday, so you can go back and rewatch it. Kind of talking about what YouTube is, how to get started streaming, things like that. He doesn't go into the technical side of it, you know, as far as like what equipment you need, stuff like that. He does more of kind of, you know, here's some things that you can do to kind of put out a good quality stream or some good quality recorded content. He's a good one to follow. If you hang out in some of these content creator streams, he'll be in most of them. I haven't seen him here tonight, but he typically is lurking usually in the background of a lot of these streams here. So Ooh, lined up terrible on that one. I must be getting tired because I am not lining these up very well, am I? So. Forward, drop, lock, and away we go. Yeah, absolutely, farmer. Absolutely. I remember I was on the dairy. I think I'm still back in high school. Actually, no, I wasn't even in high school yet. I was loading hay, and we had a big old 6145 white tractor, big old gray thing, huge door. And I was loading hay, and I had the door open. I was leaning out, kind of looking, and then did a couple other things. And next thing I know, I'm running next to the haystack, and I get a little too close, and I pinched that door and just popped it, just shattered that whole. It was kind of a two-sided thing, and just shattered all 4 panes of glass in that door. Just poof, just like that. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw Dad coming across the yard, and he was literally coming to say, "Hey, shut the door before you pinch it in the haystack," and away you go. So. Expensive lesson learned there, but nonetheless, still a lesson that had to be learned. So, but all right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows there, so we can get 2 more rows done, and then we can kind of finish up here. We might just get in and back that other planter across the road. So. And yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Not too much action this stream. Planting not near as exciting as harvest is, but needs to be done. When we come back, we'll probably get into more fertilizing and spraying and whatnot. We've got to figure out what sprayer we're going to use and how we're going to get one. So, yep, exactly. So we are just going to jump over here and move this one, because otherwise he's in our way next time up. So, and we're going to lift him up out of the ground. There we go. And we're just going to back him right across. Whoops. That's the other hazard with tracks, is that baby turns on a dime. Okay, did we remember to shut him off? Yep, we sure did. Okay. All right. Mark Thor's sprayer. Might have to. Of course, we'd have to be doing a bunch of spraying at night, which would not be the end of the world. So I think we're actually going to change this up just a little bit here. And we're going to go and take this spot right next to these other rows here. There we go. So a little bit of a space in there, not a super huge one like on the other side, but should be just enough to give us an idea of what see if there's any difference in emergence or yield or anything between the 2 planters. So this will be kind of our test plot. So, oh, and that reminds me, we do have to find a little bit of a spot for our own seed plot. Just about forgot about that. definitely not as... Field is not as well worked over here. Definitely a lot more humps and bumps in this side of the field, so... We're going to be real close on this side of the field here. But we're also going to go over my half-hour mark here a little bit, so appreciate you guys hanging out and sticking with us tonight. So just a couple of rows left. And this last time, in the essence of time, we might not run over to the conveyor. We might just fill it where we sit. Keep on a going. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's go jump over to this one. Perfect. Look at there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So 48. We're going to be about 50,000 liters to run through this planter, so kind of like it. Kind of like it. It's a good machine. Now if this one's all dinged up, who knows? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, farmer. So. We're going to be a little bit off on our rate this last little bit. Typically we have right around 10% left when we get to the end of the field. We're not going to have a little less than that. So I think. But plenty of fertilizer left, so this will be good. This will be a good test, good demo of this machine. So we're just going to turn the corner, fill on the fly, and away we go. I think I can fill on the fly. We'll find out, won't we? Perf. Alright, let's see if we can fill it on the fly. Oh, nope, it's going to stop us dead. We're going to add 3,000 litra. And we're going to see how that does. I would estimate we're going to have about 6 to 7% left when we get back to the top of the field. There are, Sim Guy, there are. We can jump in, take a quick look at those. Nope. I'm going to go over here. Potato technology is where it's at. So we can do a row wash system, which adds these tanks on the back. Both left or right. There's the toolbox that goes over here. And then the 100-gallon fertilizer tank that sits on the front. So you are in luck, farmer. I believe this Lockwood should be available for all platforms. It did come from custom modding. I think it's available for all platforms. You know, I don't even know what a good yield is going to be. We can, when we get down to the end of the other end here, when we're done, we'll jump out and see what our expected is. So, the only hang up there, BC, is that, or BC, wow, farmer, excuse me, is that these tanks won't be available. They are a PC only, unfortunately, so. But I am, Keegan. That is the in-game mod hub guidance steering mod from Whoopster. And it is probably my most used mod in this game. I would say it's, if you tell me I could play this game as much as I wanted, but I could only have one mod in the game, this is probably the one I would have. Because it's, yeah, and it's simple, right? All it does is just keeps you in a straight line, but helps immensely on that one. So, yep. If you're still playing on 19, there should be a version for you somewhere in the mod hub. I think that got released in the mod hub last game version, I think. So, that. So, yep, it's like I said, I know I said it's the only one. It's a draw between this one and Easy Dev Tools. If I could have two mods, those would be the only two. I could play this game perfectly happy with just those two mods. It would change my play style for sure, but I would still, I could be perfectly happy if those were the only two mods that I was allowed to play with. So, all right, last time up the little hill, the little Tater Mountain here. So one thing you can do for that, Keegan, if you don't have a microphone or you're not comfortable talking on them, is you can record them, and then if you have even some simple editing software, do more like a time lapse. Just speed up the time, and if you go to my channel and check out, I've got a couple of different time lapse series. They've gotten a little better as I've gotten better editing and this, that, and the other thing. Go check those out, and that's a way to get started. And if done right, they're a good way. So the biggest thing I can say about those is try to limit your camera movement. I have a bad habit of moving my camera all around. If you just kind of keep it about right here the whole time you're playing and recording those time lapses, then you just speed up the time to even 2 times, 4 times, whatever. And that's a good way to get started. So let's check out our yield here, see what we're going to be. So expected is 99% and potential is 100, so 62 tons per hectare. So that is quite a bit. So we got 60 acres of spuds here. This is going to give us a lot of leaders when we harvest in the fall. So that will be a good thing. So, yep, that's another good thing, Farmer. That's the next step for our channel here, is to get some music going in the background. So, awesome. Well, you guys, thank you so very much for joining us. Keegan, feel free to like the channel. You'll know the next time I go back, or subscribe to the channel. You'll know when I go live. We can chit chat back and forth. I'm in just about everybody's Discord under BigSky Farms. So feel free to reach out to me on Discord if you got any questions. I'll do my best to help you. If I can't, I'll help you, point you in the right direction. Sim Guy, thank you so much for hanging out with us the whole time. I do appreciate you. A couple more folks popping in right here as we're getting done. So feel free to pop back through, watch the stream. It's a lot of potato planting, but we got a lot done. I do appreciate each and every one of you, all of your support for the channel, for myself. Until next time, we will see you later.